Wow, certainly my throat feels like it's closing up as soon as I start the broadcast. Hi, hello to anyone watching this in near future, future, wherever YouTube is. If you're watching this, you're watching a game that was arranged through the Gauntlet, which is a community on the internet that gets together and plays tabletop role-playing games online. You can find them at gauntlet-rpg.com, where you'll find lots of cool stuff related to tabletop role-playing, blogs, forums, podcasts. They've got a monthly zine, Codex, which has, supplements to existing games and original games in itself, and miscellaneous tables and stuff. Like a good zine. And also there's the Hangouts calendar through which this game was arranged. And this game is the concluding session of part of the first part of our quarterly of Masks: A New Generation, written by Brendan Conway, published by Magpie Games, powered by the apocalypse, teenage superheroes trying to figure out who they are, through the medium of punching people who may or may not deserve it, yada yada yada. It's all beautiful, messy fun. We are using the supplement Phoenix Academy by Rob Wyland. You can find that on Masks Unbound. That's the third supplement they put out. All the links to everything I just said down below. We're not exactly in Phoenix Academy. We are, in fact, in its, let's face it, bit crappier, bit more ramshackle cousin down south, Prospect Academy. And we are at the throes of a Snap Student Council election that's just about to wind up, though a few complications have been complications. That's a sure way to describe them. Anyway, before we get to those complications, let's introduce our characters. We'll go through the three that were here last week, and then we'll end off with the character who's coming back to us after taking a week off. So, but we're going by the order of the character keeper. I'll just call them out. Ryan, tell us about yourself and your character and a cool thing about said character.
So, I am Ryan. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Mary Landry, also known as Image, who is a shapeshifter from the 80s, who has come forward for mysterious reasons by mysterious persons, and whose current self is a supervillain. So that's a whole barrel of fun. Cool thing about her is that she is currently running for school president, despite not having actually entered herself in the race. And her platform is glitter and roller skating for everyone. So it's rad.
It is rad. I don't know why you wouldn't vote for her. Well, we'll see by the end of the session. We'll see. Up next, Sabine, tell us about yourself, your character, and a cool thing about them, because they are really cool.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns. I play the Serenade of Thorns. They use they them pronouns. The Serenade of Thorns uses the playbook The Weapon. They were created by an evil cult somewhere in the Himalaya, I think. But they came to the US when they were running away from the cult, and then they joined Aegis, and then they fought for Aegis, and now somebody told them that they should have an education, and now they're trying to get one. That was the last few times that was very educational, actually. And they even had to fight a dragon, which they did not expect, but which happened anyway. And now they are feeling guilty because of that, because they didn't mean to go quite this far. And there's a kitty on Ryan's shoulder, and I'm sorry, but it's so cute. Yes, sorry. Cool thing about Serenade. The Serenade is they try to find their way in a society of people who will never be like them, or who they will never be like, because they are kind of an amalgam between the human part and the implant part. But they still need to get along with these people, and they still try to connect to these people.
Which is very cool of them. Or is it arguably cooler than having been able to fight a dragon? The jury's out on that. Another person from last week, Speaking of complications, Garwin, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm playing Princess Hollyhock, who is is the outsider. She is a imaginary friend whose playmate has grown up. She's come from this far off Feyland to try and find her playmate, who she thinks is in the school somewhere. She doesn't really understand human things because to her everything is a game, and I think she's probably going to have to do a bit of growing up this time, or at least realizing how the real world works and that actions have consequences, and it's not all a game that you can just keep on playing.
Well, we'll see about that. Okay, and finally, returning to us after a week sabbatical. Ludo, tell us about yourself and your character.
So I'm playing. I'm Ludwig Away any pronouns, and I'm playing Regicide, or rather, the hero formerly known as Regicide, whose name is Kasey Dread, and she was the clone of the Dread Queen, supervillain, and she's been trying to find herself and her identity, and she found out that not only she cannot stop being, the Dread Queen's clone child, it seems that this legacy is also starting to affect other people, which is something that she could not bear. So she has recently, in order to defend the communities of Prospect City that have been left hurt by the invasions from other dimensions and from space, and the efforts of certain alleged superheroes, she decided to take a new role that is not burdened by a connection to the Dread Queen, while at the same time she's finding that quite liberating, because she is getting what she always wanted, which is the opportunity to find out who she is. And when she puts the mask of Errant, it's everything else, Prospect City, the Dread Queen, all that is gone. It's her and the mask, and looking at the mask, she finds herself, or she hopes to.
Well, like most journeys here in Masks, one hopes to, but the journey's never that easy. Oh my god, that cat is adorable. Anyway, before I get lost in the okay, all right. Before we do anything else, let's talk about safety. Because we want to make sure we're playing in a comfortable and safe environment. Remind folks, we do have lines and veils in the character keeper. Lines are things that won't be crossed, just won't show up in fictions off the table. Veils are things that can happen in fiction, but we're not going to concentrate on it. Like it'll happen off screen, or we'll fast forward over it, or it's just we're just not going to concentrate on it. If we do roll into a scene where folks feel uncomfortable for any reason, and any reason's fine, they can use the X card, which is they can say X on the chat or on the video. Make the symbol here, and I might ask some questions on what's being X carded, but no one gets a question if it's played. If it's played, it happens. We'll roll back and try something else. And finally, there's an open door policy. Basically, if at any point people need to leave the table, whether there's an emergency to take care of, they're more tired than they thought, need to lie down, or they really need to go, or I don't know, some aggressively cute kitten is distracting you and you need to lie down and just let it all out for a bit. Or close your eyes. We will pause the game. You can do that at any time, and it's completely fine. All right, so I try to recap last week's session. I already did that off broadcast. If you don't know, folks, just rewatch last week's video. But before we kind of focus on what the three we had last week coming back here are up to now, we'll say like it's the next day or a day or two since the dragon incident, And if you want to know what the dragon incident is, dear viewers, check out that previous video. I do want to know, what has Errant, formerly Regicide, still Kasey, what has she been up to?
So the last we saw her, she had come with a plan to get the replacement mask for her fellow knight, Stalwart. And I guess that's what she has been doing, or dealing with the consequences of that going south.
Well, we don't know if it went south. You have a move for that. So we don't know yet.
Yeah. So do I get to go get those toys? Where's the roll for reporting?
Oh, I'll link it again. It's in the first, right? Oh, darn you, StreamYard. Why can't you hyperlink? Yeah, yeah. Let's do this roll to see like if it went south or not. Because who knows? Maybe it didn't.
So is it a stash of superhero because I'm trying to get it from Infinite Violet, or because it's a trophy from the Dread Queen? Is it something from a villain?
It would depend on whose cash it is. So if it's Infinite Violet, it'll be a hero's.
Yeah, it's on the Infinite Violet stuff. That's at least that was the. Okay, so
Your savior's really good.
yeah, that's good. Okay, 12.
Okay, that's good. I was hoping you were going to stick with the roll you had that when you generate the dice for people who can see it. It was a 4. So all right, so yeah, on a hit you'll find the tool or intel useful to the situation. The GM will detail. Okay, I should have turned off my phone there. Yeah. So tell me, how do you access this cache and what do you get?
So, Infinite Violet, I know that she spends all the time on the gym, and that it's usually when she has press events. And there was a time in which I had a fun girl crush on her, and on that time I memorized a lot of her schedules, and so I was gambling that she would be keeping to the same regular schedules, because if there's one thing that dear mommy always says, that if there's one thing that Infinite Violet is predictable. And I managed to, using the powers of the errant enhanced masks, I'm able to persuade the defenses, the relatively poor quality, I mean, compared with some of the master works that are used to seeing from Loki. This is just amateur hour security systems, and I'm just able to persuade them to look the other way. And then I enter the Hall of Trophies, which is filling with things that Infinite Violet captured from villains, but really did not understood what they were, or what their purpose was.
Makes sense. So I think, even though you're gonna get 10, so you're gonna get away with this, and you'll be fine. Infinite Violet won't know what happened, but I think this whole adventure kind of takes you out of what's happening in Prospect Academy. So you don't know what dragon's happening. I think this is kind of like, this will trigger the when time passes, I'd say, move, because you suddenly have a raft of obligations since your playbook switch.
Yeah, it's a modified, right?
It's with mundane.
Oh, okay. Mud Diamond then is 0, so it's an 8.
Yeah. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you've lapsed on one obligation, and that's your choice. So, the job, social, or home? Which one do you think?
I would say home, because I'm being so obsessed with the election and getting a new identity, and I kind of cannot afford messing with my job. So I probably been neglecting the support network for the people in borderline poverty conditions of prospect projects.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how does lapsing on that manifest? Like, on at least how do you think that manifests on in Kasey's day to day?
I think the very first thing that will happen, and probably this will merit a condition, is that she's coming back from the infinite violet stash. She passes in front of a shop and she sees the local news coverage of the police clearing some vagrants, and I recognize that that's one of the essential parts of the community. It was the old bowling alley that was kind of repurposed as a center of soup kitchen and temporary shelter, and basically it has been cleared for the cops. And yeah, and of course I can see in the background the vans of Golden's Prospect real estate company, because of course those vultures are immediately there to profit from this.
I'm not gonna add a condition. I'm gonna add a consequence to this. So here's kind of what happens. You see that, and you get a phone call. It's from the Prospect Academy administrator, Delilah Marston, and we're not gonna act out this conversation because I do want to move on quite a bit. For those who don't know, Delilah Marston, my only summary for her is wily ex-mob bodyguard, liaison to Aegis and the government, graduate of their Clean Slate program, which is pertinent to you. Well, not you, but like people who did bad. Anyway, so basically, she says that there's been a recently created gap in the mentorship program in Prospect Academy, and she was doing the rounds of like which students are busy, and she thought you were busy with Prospect projects, but apparently according to them you haven't been seen in a while. So she's decided to volunteer you to this mentorship program in Prospect Academy, and she's asking you to report the next day to pick up your to look after your new protege. You'll pick them up from detention, and then you'll get a file on this. Okay, she claims her name is Princess Hollyhock or something like that from the Veil of Storied Dreams. And I think Delilah kind of tells you all this without letting you get a word in. Just says, yeah, mentorship program, Princess Hollyhock. You get the file through the email, and yeah, you'll be fine. You're one of our best, etc., etc. I think she says, etc., etc. So that's what happens. Well, some would say it's a bad consequence. Others would say it's a contrived way to get everyone together. So speaking of everyone else, I guess it is like the next day after the dragon incident. I think school has already giving it a stupid nickname, the Dragoning of Diamond Dust, or D Cubed. I don't know. That's a very stupid nickname. Dragon Gate. Ooh. Oh God. All right. Okay. I do want to know. I want like a quick like panel shot of the other three, and I think we've established Princess Hollyhock is in detention, right? Is in detention, but like what do we kind of see of each character in the day after the dragon incident, so to speak? Like, what's the panel shot we get? And if anyone has an idea, they can jump in.
Sorry, when you say a panel, this is for all of us together at the same time, is it? Or
no, it's just like a quick shot of folks at the start of the day, or what? Like say like if it's like a comic book, the previous page was Errant / Kasey getting her marching orders. Then we turn the page, just like, oh, next day, Prospect Academy, and we just take a quick shot of each character.
Okay, I'm in the quad. I'm having to clean up the mess caused by the trouble there. The only problem is one of my character's powers is her stunning beauty. So although I'm supposed to do it on my own, I've got an awful lot of male students that have come and offered to help.
Yeah, and you're crossing through cliques and club lines, so it's like a mix of folks there. There's some folks from the Drama Society, from the Kingdom, which is a bunch of animal people, from the Goths.
Yeah, I have no idea why they're doing this. I just think they're being friendly, and I'm trying to make it all into a big game, Mary Poppins style.
Let's say that's the top panel. And the next panel, what do we see of any of the other two, of Mary or Serenade?
I think I want to tie in there because I think Serenade has to clean up, because I think we figured that last time. So we see Serenade in the corner, I guess, with a broom or something, and they look pretty tired and rather down. I mean, they have been thrown around by a dragon, but they were probably not. They didn't escape quite unscathed, but they just seem scruffy at that point and a bit dejected and pushing around the broom and looking over at Hollyhock with a look like, yeah, right. Okay, so it's fine for her, I guess.
All right, and Mary, what do we see of our dear, darling Mary?
Mary didn't have to help clean up because she didn't actually make it there before the dragon situation was resolved. So, I'm off scot-free for the moment. But dang, I knew where I was going with this a second ago. Probably going through the last of her buttons and posters and stuff. But there's some hesitation in her continuing to tack up vote for Mary because she's not Diamond Dust. Because also Diamond Dust is a dragon now, and it seems a little mean to rub in. And people have been trying to persuade her to stop her run as if it is the thing that will turn her into a supervillain an awful lot lately. And they're wrong, but also what if they're not?
What if they're not? Yeah. So because now that someone mentioned it, has suggested, I do want kind of all of y'all at the quad. Maybe maybe we do get a shot like Mary walking through the quad, preparing for last minute giving out buttons, whatever. You think what you notice is the near army of suitors for Princess Hollyhock cleaning up for Serenade, doing their best, cleaning up as well. Diamond Dust campaign is nowhere to be seen, which is weird because they've had a near constant presence at the quad, but they're not there. In fact, where they usually are is where everyone is cleaning up. I'm imagining there's some kid reshaping the masonry so it's back to its normal self before the dragon landed on it. That sort of stuff. And I think as well, let's include Kasey here as well. This is kind of the scene you kind of walk into after being told, okay, you have to look after this princess. And probably you've read the file now, and you can see it's added some incident reports. The main ones you probably notice that she's being sponsored by some U.S. government type, but she's refused to move to nicer schools because she thinks her playmate is somewhere here in the school. And also, she turned Diamond Dust into a dragon. That happened. That had happened, and there's been no sign of the Diamond Dust campaign anywhere. It's okay. So we're all kind of in the same vicinity. What's each character's mindset at the moment, or what's their immediate wants for right now?
I'm still feeling guilty and I'm tired.
Sorry, Ludo, go on.
No, go ahead.
I think I've noticed that. I tried to get everyone else actually involved in doing this as a game and trying to make this fun, and I've noticed that Serenade is not having fun.
Yeah, well, Kasey is pretty sure that the Princess Hollyhock is some kind of demon or spirit that has been summoned and given a story and a creation by some young occultist that was not aware of what they are doing. So she's like, really too much profiling, My mother is a wizard, not me. Like, oh god, why am I being stuck with this? How do they get anyone that actually understands magic?
What about Mary? What about poor Mary?
I mean, Mary's got the same internal conflict thing going, but probably she notices that Princess Hollyhock is trying to make an awesome game out of cleaning up the quad. She's in because cleaning up is good, and also awesome games are fun. So she's swept up in this nonsense without totally knowing what it is she's gotten into.
Okay, so I guess the tab. Okay, all right. There's an interesting tableau. Before complications start happening, because I may have one or two. Yeah, let y'all talk amongst yourselves. If there's anything that needs to be talked to, go ahead.
So yeah, we have a big pile where we're basically putting all the debris and all the rubble from the incident, and effectively I'm making a game of seeing if people can actually pick it up and throw stuff in, and we do it from different areas. So I split everyone up into teams, trying to get them more involved, and I'm trying to get team songs going and get people singing and actually team chants and I noticed Serenade and I come over. Hi.
And they look at you quite coldly. Hello.
You okay? You don't seem
No.
to be
I'm not okay. I hurt a person. I shouldn't have. And you hurt a person, and you shouldn't have.
I didn't hurt anyone. I haven't done anything wrong.
You did hurt someone. She did not want to be seen as a dragon. I told you that. You did it anyway. You hurt her. And now you are having fun and playing games. This is meant to be a punishment for what you did. Do you understand that? This is not meant to be a game.
Why?
Because you hurt somebody.
Just because someone wants me to be miserable, I don't need to be miserable.
No, you can go and have fun despite the fact that you hurt somebody that makes you that person.
I haven't hurt anyone.
Have you not listened to me?
No,
I cannot explain it clearer. She did not want what you did to her.
Have you asked her?
Have you?
No, she was a dragon. I just saw her as she really was.
But she did not want that. And then I hurt her because I thought I had to protect you. That is on me. That is not on you. Because I am not as much in control as I should be. Well.
And I'll shuffle my feet and look down. And you can see some of the light and some of the radiance that she normally has, and some of the energy just seems to drain, and she almost goes a bit grayscale.
I like gray. No, Serenade likes gray. I think Serenade is right now, A, they're not really understanding what is happening, and B, they're still a bit caught up in being guilty, and I think they're a bit angry as well. So they just
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this not fun for you.
But you.
And I'll step forward and try and go to take her hand and stop. And remember that she doesn't like to be touched.
Okay.
And put my hand back down.
Well, it is right that I am not having fun. I made a mistake myself.
You can't let that always. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you mind if I interject for a moment? It feels like Princess Hollyhock, you're activating one of your team moves when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone. Are you feeling vulnerable right now?
I am, but I was also working up to one of my playbook moves, which is not so different after all.
Ooh, we can do one after the other. If you want.
Okay. So I don't think I've ever used a team move before when playing masks. So
yeah. I want to use them. They seem cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you share vulnerability or weakness with someone, they tell you what you should do to fit in more. Advice from the Serenade of Thorns. Okay, cool. All right. So, what would Serenade say that Princess Hollyhock should fit in more?
You should ask people before doing magic at them, if they want that. You can't just do magic at people if they might not want it. Consent matters.
I didn't do magic.
You did these goggle things.
No, that's not magic. That's.
What is that then?
It's
I cannot do that.
You can.
Mary cannot do that.
No, you can.
I cannot.
You can dream. That's what I love about you humans. You can dream. You have such vivid imaginations. Or everything I am is made up of the people around me. Everything I am.
Princess Hollyhock, when I dream, people do not turn into dragons.
Maybe you're not dreaming the right dreams.
That might be as it may. Please do not use your abilities at people without asking them if they are fine with it. You are hurting people by doing that.
This is not an ability. This is life. This is dreams. This is what I am. I'm that little spark of happiness, of excitement that.
Well, if you are a spark of happiness, how come that that I am miserable and that Diamond Dust is miserable?
That's not down to me.
You should take more responsibility for your actions.
No.
And I go on sweeping.
Okay. So
I think. Oh, good.
So I'll take +1 forward for.
If you do what they say.
Yes.
Oh, to doing what they say, and you mark potential if you do.
Yeah. But I'd also like to use Not So Different After All. The best of them. I apologize. I got that mixed up. When you comfort and support someone by telling them how they exemplify the best parts of Earth, I get to roll comfort and support with Freak rather than Mundane.
Oh, is that what you were trying to do?
Yes.
Telling them that they're okay, cool. Yeah, I getcha. Humans are great. Well, humans are humans are. What's the end of that sentence? I don't know.
Humans are a 5.
Not so hot, not so cold, just in the middle. Okay, mark potential, and I think so. You kind of say all that, but I think Serenade's response of turning their back on you seems fair.
Yeah, I agree.
How are you feeling? You're gonna take a condition from that.
I think I'm feeling guilty.
Oh, you poor dear. All right. So take that condition, and I think I'll leave this. I'll leave it for the end of the scene. I do have one more thing for you. I think while you were fighting, or I guess while you were talking, the the singing and the playing had stopped for a bit, and everyone was kind of been staring to you arguing. I think, but once they're turn the background, and maybe like when Princess Hollyhock turns to you, everyone just goes back to singing and working.
Leandro, can I change that somewhat?
Hmm?
When I come back, I'm miserable. I'm still grey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not encouraging that singing anymore.
Mm.
So I think that echoes out to the rest of the group.
Mm. Yeah, I think they try, but they see that you're miserable, and they're like, and yeah, and people grumble like, "God damn it, Serenade and whatnot." Yeah, so that happened. What's Mary and Kasey up to in the quad while that's happening? Oh, Kasey, you probably noticed there is a teacher supervising all of this. Don't worry, there is a teacher. She's not doing her job well. In fact, she was kind of partaking in the singing before the arguing happened. The teacher who's doing this is Prism. She's the guidance counselor. She's also Prospect City superhero. I need to dig up my notes from January to figure out who she was again. Let's see. Multiplying superhero that can split into 7 rainbow spectrum, each with their own emotion. The copies can fly, with each of them shoot an emotion laser. Oh, I didn't know this until right now. Wow. When unified, she shoots a white laser. She's Captain Planet, but without the focus on ecology, I guess. But yeah, you'll notice the teachers as well was singing along, and then yeah. But yeah, Kasey and Mary, what are you up to here?
Yeah, I guess the Casey's taking notes as she hears Princess Hollyhock's conversation with Serenade, and she's going massive hikes, and she's like frowning as she waits for an opening. And the moment that Serenade gets Princess Hollyhock off and turns her back, she approaches Princess Hollyhock. The folder on her hand, which I assume was sent digitally, so probably a printed copy, because she's not making an effort not to pretend, and she gets with it, and she approaches. So what's your deal, Magic Cop?
What? Did you just call me a cop?
Well, that's not what you're planning to be.
Some of the color comes back to her, and I'm looking for a fugitive.
Right.
Someone has stolen a book of spells.
Wait, what? Again?
Someone, shh, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, about that. So I'm here about your grant with ages. So you want to be the big, bad, super magic cop. That's it? That's where you want to join ages?
Oh, no. What's Aegis?
With ages? Like, that's how you're supposed to be playing.
Sorry, is Athena here? I haven't seen Athena for years. Is she here?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She's
to keep her cool.
Yeah, I think so.
She's the goddess of wisdom. She'll know who stole that spell book.
Sure, she does. So, how about you keep those things outside of the school grounds? Why don't you say that?
I'm not allowed to go out there on my own.
Good. I'm not asking you to go. I'm just asking you to keep this kind of stuff outside of the school grounds. Because you're going to get yourself in trouble. And now you're going to get me in trouble because I've been assigned as your narc. You know what is a narc, cop?
Is it a type of dragon?
Not everything is a dragon.
Is it a griffin?
Not everything is a griffin. But yes, I have met quite the griffins that are quite the narcs. Yes.
And I'll look them up and down. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
Look, I don't know what your deal is because I never learned.
Would
But
you?
no. What I want is you to keep calm. You already upset Serenade. You know how hard it is to upset Serenade? This is the first I ever seen Serenade upset. You upset them. And that tells me that you're not a good person. It tells me that you like to abuse your power. And worst, you do not seem to realize how your action affects the others. So I'm keeping an eye on you. No. Don't go crying. Don't go crying after you did the mistake.
And I'm going to run away.
Yeah, roll plus one. God damn it. How are you? Okay, hold on. I do need some sort of roll. How did we end up here?
I'm not going to run away. I'm going to fly away.
Okay, cool. All right, unleash your powers then. All right, there we go. We're back in masks. Roll plus freak. You are gonna get away. I just need to know fictional positioning, I guess.
Oh God, that's a double one. That's a 4.
Oh my God, karma's coming back at you, Princess Hollyhock. Yeah. So you try to fly up, and I think, yeah, I think you get about as far as I'd say. Yeah, it's a good couple of stories up in the air when you hit smack dab against like a barrier, like an invisible barrier, just kind of bongs, kind of like into existence. Yeah, that's what invisible. That's what they sound like, invisible barriers. Or at least that's what the sound effect is in the comic book when you kind of like smack dab against it, and then you kind of like fall. Your momentum is stopped and you fall back to the ground. And I think everyone sees this as well. But don't worry, you're not going to crash. You're going to get caught. But
I think there's a Wile E. Coyote moment. When I run away, I actually when I fly away, I actually run rather than just shoot. So I'm running through the air. There's a bang. I stop.
Oh, I would attempt to catch her, actually.
And then I notice there's nothing under me.
Okay.
And I fall.
Okay, Serenade, roll to protect.
To defend, right? That's
Defend,
with
yes.
Savior, I guess.
Yes.
Let's see. Let me drop her on her head. No. Oh, wow, I've got an 11.
All right. So, on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. Add a team to the pool. Take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition. Oh, by the way, Kasey, you're gonna take influence over Princess Hollyhock because she gets influence to everyone.
I think I will clear a condition at that point because I feel guilty, but I've caught her. Maybe I'm not that bad a person after all. I mean, I've caught that little pest. And okay, she's kind of cute.
Oh, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's mammalian conditioning or something like that.
Oh my God. Oh my. Sweet God. So yeah, I think you'll catch her easily enough. Like Princess Hollyhock is about as heavy as the fiction demands it. I think literally that's her superpower, is to be as the fiction demands it. And I think I just kind of get back down to it. I imagine you jump up to catch her. Prism. Oh, which prism is this? Because we apparently have 7 prisms. which emotion is this prism?
So who are you asking?
I'll ask Princess Hollyhock, since technically this prism is the one who's been watching over you.
So what are the different emotions we can choose from?
We've only ever seen angry prism, so everything else has been a play to find out sort of situation.
Given that she actually joined in with the sing along, I think this is joy.
And I think so. Serenade kind of catches Princess Hollyhock, and I think this prism actually gives it claps, and it's like, oh my gosh, well, that was amazing, isn't that right? And she looks around and she sees it's a lot of boys who probably shouldn't be here, and Mary, who's there, and she's like, wasn't that amazing, Mary? That was a fantastic catch. Also, what are you doing here? Anyway, that was amazing, wasn't it?
I'm putting Hollyhock down and say, don't try to fall off things again, please.
You're putting Hollyhock down. She looks up at you. Her eyes flutter and she faints away.
Okay, I'll catch her.
And I think.
And then I look around look at Kasey, because I think I understood that they're the guardian of this little bundle of joy. And I look at Kasey and say, I think this is your responsibility.
Indeed, she seems to be much of a harm to others as to herself. How have you managed with her? Honestly?
I have not. I have been doing very bad with her.
Well,
don't tell her any stories about people being dragons. She will believe you. She will believe anything you say. And then she has it in her head that it is fun and an adventure. And then she will drag everybody into it.
Oh, she's one of those, huh? At least have you been able to keep her away from the campaign? Mary does not need this.
Well, she turned Mary's opponent into a dragon. And then I think I dislocated the dragon's wings.
Okay, I was not aware that you could even dislocate the dragon's wings.
It's not
Would work, I guess.
Yes, you have to you have to hit just the right nerve endings and then give a little twist. The dragon moves by itself. It's not that hard, really.
As long as she does not come back with fiery arguments for the debate, this should be fine.
Wouldn't be too sure.
Speaking of the debate, I think so. Mary, you said you were helping along with this, and I think Prism, just to move along the scene, Prism's kind of saying like, "All right, well, she's unconscious. Y'all aren't in detention. You don't have to do this." And there's a crowd of people like, she told us, a bunch of dudes kind of like abashedly rubbing the back of their head, going, "Yeah, well, we're gonna do this." And I think Prism kind of directs everyone to like, all right, no, feck off, since this is not your detention. And as she kind of like swans over to Kasey to talk about what they're doing. Mary, I'll ask you this, since you're the one doing quite a bit of campaigning. Who in this gaggle of people that Princess Hollyhock has kind of somewhat bound to her will, who one of those you recognize from Diamond as part of Diamond Dust's campaign? I'm sorry, I'm asking you to come up with an NPC, but sorry.
How dare you make me come up with an NPC? I'm blanking on names, but there's probably one kid with that completely unnecessary goggles on top of your hat and some gears glued on or something, who maintains her printing press, but who was swept up in the action.
Steampunk kid. Oh.
Yeah, if you glue gears on it, suddenly it's steampunk. That's how it works.
Yeah, of course that's how it works. I think you notice that he's been staring at you, Mary, and he says in an accent that I'm not even going to try to replicate. Basically, imagine a Midwestern boy trying to sound British. He says like, "Well, oh, I'm just going to sound Midwestern. There we go. That's the problem is. Don't you think yesterday's shenanigans is gonna stop Diamond Dust trouncing you in the debate, Miss Landry?"
Well, I would hope it wouldn't, and that she would bring her best debate to the debate contest, where he just kind of trails off, realizing that this is not actually a very inspiring speech.
You say that, and he actually throws his head back and does a big. Is that if if that's the best you've got, then I don't even know why you're. We don't even know why you're running, Miss Landry. In fact, we'll have better competition with the goth kids than with y'all.
Well, if any of the goth kids are running, then I would be glad to meet them at the debate, and any one of us beating Diamond Dust would be better than her just continuing to walk all over the school.
Ooh. I keep thinking of Monster Hearts moves now. I hate this. I think he just kind of like doffs his hat, and when he doffs his hat, the gears on his head actually start moving. And he says, "I'll be sure to tell Miss Diamond Dust that, well, she'll be cleaning her teeth with your and he's also trying to figure out what to say to you with your soft yellow bellied you're gonna be trounced. You're gonna be trounced." And
I'd like to see her try.
and I need to give this guy a name. His name is Victor. There we go. You know his name is Victor. Yeah, he's wearing the goggles. And he just kind of like, I think he, yes, Ludo, his name is Victor. I don't know why you're so, yes, his real name is Biff, but he calls himself Victor. God, this chat's distracting me. I think yeah, you say that, and he kind of just, he scoffs. He does like a proper scoff, and he kind of like marches off, and I think he marches by and kind of like moves to shoulder check like Kasey, but no, he looks like he wants to, but he just kind of moves away. And that's when that's when Mary noticed that's where Kasey and Serenade and this princess are. And I think we've been here for an hour, so we'll take like a quick 5-minute break. We've set it all. We've kind of set this up. I would say right now the debate's probably going to happen like in the last 45 minutes. So there's time to like. So I want you all to like figure out like what else you want to do in between there. As a reminder, the debate is going to be structured kind of like how the move in Prospect Phoenix Academy, the test move. You can check that in the NPCs tab. So the main thing you want to be keeping, you want to do is keep your superior up by the end of the session. That's still going to be kind of in effect. But for now, and build up team, you're probably going to need that. So for now, here's the end of the scene before we go into break. Princess Hollyhock, when you kind of wake up, you'll notice that there's another note on you. And I think
I open it and
I think the note says, "We dreamt of dragons together, right?"
I look at it and I cry. I tear it up. I'm obviously not a good enough person for them.
Let's take 5. Let's come back at 5, and we'll see where we are. It's BRB. I just want to say this chat is ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Okay, cool. Everyone's back. Just want to do a quick early check-in. How are folks doing? Folks fine? Cool. All right. Folks are fine. All right. So let me look at notes. Yeah. Put that clock out when we get there. Anyway, yeah, so after kind of that scene, again, we're kind of gonna go to like the basic what do folks want to do, who do they want to talk to, etc., sort of rubric. What do they want to do, basically? We're kind of like, and we'll say it's kind of a nebulous, the timing. I'll say this is like in between now and the debate, which is like maybe 2 days from now. So folks have got like some time. But yeah, who did I want to talk to? What did they want to do?
Does anyone else want to go first?
I've got vague ideas, but I don't have to go first.
Yeah, I just want to point something out to Leander, then the order can be whatever. I think, considering what Princess Hollyhock told Kasey, I think she's going to the closest thing that she knows for an expert in magic, so it's going to be Screech.
You're gonna have to do better. The next person you know who can do magic is the goth girl who can't even do verbal. Okay, all right, let's okay. Go talk to. Okay, so that's your plan. That's probably what we'll do first. I do want to kind of hear what people's ideas are, before we get to them. So we'll do that first.
I would like to have a discussion with Mary at some point.
That's very cool. Discussions with Mary are always cool.
Mary wants to talk through some of her anxieties with someone who is very reassuring. Maybe Stalwart, or probably Serenade, because Serenade is the most level person she has ever met and has good thoughts. Clearly, she goes to strange places for reassurance.
That's fair. Man, where is Stalwart?
I
I
would like.
think Mary has been texting Stalwart often on and off, and they just are never around.
Yeah, they've been saying they've been saying they're sick. I think we said that last session. Yeah, they called in sick, so they're not around. But yeah, go on, Serenade.
Yeah, talking to Mary sounds fine. I might want to see if I can catch the guy who's throwing these daggers at me with those messages. But I don't have to. I'd rather talk to Mary anyway.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll do that. We'll do all that in that order. The fucking narrative cosplayer club. So let's start with Kasey. You want to talk to the most magical person you know in campus, which happens to be Screech. Okay, cool. For those, just as a reminder, for those in the know, Screech is a goth. I've described her as a tiny emo girl. She really would like to do magic, but her sonic powers are as of yet not really controllable. So when she talks, it comes out as a big sonic boom scream. So she can't do verbal magic. It's really annoying her. She talks with a wand, and she does it like memory / piece of Voldemort's soul in Chamber of Secrets, the movie. You know, the wand thing. That's a very stupid reference. I'm so sorry. I've had a mug of coffee. Anyway, Kasey, where do you find Screech then?
I'm gonna say that she's probably at the old clubhouse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much she just does the usual thing, as pretty much as the closest thing the club has to a second member.
Yeah, pretty much. I think she's still the member of the goths that wants to do magic. Everyone else is supporting their presidential candidate for the council. I think his name is Nosferatu. He's kind of abandoned. Screech is a true goth, and I think that's. Hold on, give me a sec. My phone is ringing. I think that's my mother who wants to be let in. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Sorry.
I remember this dark wave song that all the goth kids me listened to when I was younger. It was Nosferatu. Nosferatu. I don't know if anybody else knows it.
Not really.
I don't think I know that particular one, but it sounds like many songs I know.
Sorry, did you say that's a Darkwave song? So is that part of the legacy then from?
No. No. yeah. Actually, I asked Eris if there was maybe a goth, but he denied it. He denied that Dark Wave was part of the family.
He went for Young Wave. I was hoping he was going to go for New Wave.
No, I was expecting New Wave and Chill Wave and this whole family of musical heroes, but no.
Do they have a villain that is called Wavelength?
They had some sort of villain that wasn't called Wavelengths, weirdly enough. Should have been.
Sorry about that. I'm back. Not for fuck's sake.
No. The villain is actually a 5-group team called Boy Band.
God. Oh, you're talking about last Jay's waves. They were called Echo One. It sounds like a boy band, yeah. No, it sounds like a early noughties like pop punk band, you know, like Sum 41 or Blink 182. Echo One, you know, that's who they are. Anyway, so Kasey, yeah, you find, I think you go into the old clubhouse, which like the weird basement clubhouse that the goths used to keep, and you can hear kind of like. Actually, no. I think it's kind of similar to when you first met Screech. You walk in, and I think there is like a lot of folding chairs arranged in a circle, and there is a melted cauldron in the middle of that circle, and there's kind of like just Screech, hands on her hands, staring at the cauldron like. Ugh.
Hey, Screech. Do you know something about the spell book? And then Kasey stopped. I'm getting a feeling of deja vu. Anyway, do you remember the mess with the last spell book last time? Do you think there might be another one in school?
I think she kind of like wrenches herself up and kind of like makes the wand flick out of her sleeve and just writes, right, really? Another spell book?
Well, there is this girl that I've been keeping an eye on, and the first thing that she mentioned was pretty much that she's looking for a missing spell book. And I give to Screech Hollyhock's file.
I think when you say like, oh, there's this girl keeping an eye on, she kind of slowly turns on her seat to look at you, and she's like, "What girl?" And then you give her the file, and then she looks at that, and then she writes, "Oh, that girl." I don't know how she can write that in a way that'll emphasize that pronunciation, but she does it. Yeah, that girl. And I think she's kind of like, yeah, when I say we, I mean, the society. We've dealt with her kind of before. Well, we've tried. Old Nosfi had some ideas, and well, wait, you have to look after her now?
Yes, she seems to be, some of putative ages recruit. They want a few more of Magic Super Cup, so she seems powerful. I cannot argue against that, but she also seems, how to say, easy to manipulate, which is actually probably a plus for them.
Yeah. there's something she's not saying, but I don't think she's eager. I think but I think there's like a look that crosses over her face, and then it's almost like she kind of shakes it off and says like, so she said something about a spell book, huh?
Yeah. I figured that if there's someone that will know anything about a spellbook in the school, it would be you. I mean, after all, you managed to get the hand of one of my mother's spellbooks. I have to say that's quite impressive.
That is impressive. It's very impressive, she says, kind of stabbing the wand in the air. It's super impressive. But I think she's looking through like Princess Hollyhock's file, and I think what I'm gonna ask you to do is, this is kind of looking into school gossip. I'm gonna ask you to roll that move.
So it's superior, right?
No, it's mundane.
Oh, I have the same. 7.
7. On a hit, the GM will share the juiciest rumor bouncing around the school, or the most relevant rumor regarding a person or topic of your choice. And I think you have a topic. Okay. I think she kind of like looks around, and then she flicks the wands at the windows. Nothing happens, and then she sighs and gets up and starts drawing the curtains, and then sits back down. someday, and and then she says like, okay, so file says she's from another dimension, right? And you've been from another dimension. You've been in another dimension, right? That's kind of your deal, right?
Partially, probably my Amber was there. I don't know if I was decanted already here or there, but yeah, for all intents and purpose, I guess I am from another dimension.
That's very cool. And then she kind of nods as if like, oh, that's very, very cool. And I think she says like, well, word on the street and the magical illegal collectors fair street. Anyway, word on the street is that dimensions like fairy dimensions, imagination dimensions, or whatever, these chaos dimensions, they say. They're really hard to get into. You need like specialized sort of magic to get into. Last time something like what Princess Hollyhock was doing, last time that kind of erupted. I think, what's the name of the place? I think it's like this small town. They call it Chestnut or something. It's a cute nothing sort of town. Apparently last time magic like Princess Hollyhock's showed up was in this kind of town in Missouri. It's called Chestnut. For Gerwin's, because he wasn't here when we went last time we mentioned Chestnut. The last person who mentioned Chestnut was Diamond Dust, who was telling Regicide something about how you're no real superhero. You should look up what happened at Chestnut or something like that.
Really, Chestnut again, and nobody has any idea of that. Why does that town keeps appearing? I guess you also don't know anything about Chestnut.
Screech shrugs and she says, No, I was never much for fairy stuff. I like my magic when it comes in lists. And then she realizes, she says, like, wait. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Ah, yes, BuzzFeed magic.
It's
So
easy to keep track.
yeah, I can relate. Not everyone can have a magic sorting algorithm like my mom. So I I was assuming that she was some kind of demon that was wearing the trappings of fairy tales and stories. So the fairy realms are actually something, and Casey seems to be pondering about the meaning of that word. Real, for lack of a better expression.
I think again, Screech kind of shrugs and says, "It's all I know. I mean, I can keep digging if you want, but there's got to be a bit of quid pro quo here, Casey. You know, I can't. I'm kind of busy." And she points at the melted cauldron with the wand.
Yeah, I see that it's not for lack of trying. Well, I don't know. What do you want?
I think she kind of like scooches a bit and is like, "Okay, this is gonna sound." She realizes she makes her words a bit smaller, like she's whispering, and I'm like, "Okay, this is gonna sound dumb, but so you know about the Silver Masquerade coming up next month?"
Can you repeat that? I think you reduced the type of your message too small. I can hardly read. Sly mascara. Can you say that in bigger words?
I think in response she makes like a big sentence, like nearly the height of the room, and it reads, "I need a date." And then she adds in smaller, "for the dance next month."
Well, I guess I can own you.
And she makes a yes sort of gesture.
Yeah, and the case is like, well, sure, but she's trying to look as amenable as possible, and she's trying to hide her pleasure because she's like, I'm feeling a bit cornered here. I'm not entirely comfortable, but I kind of own her. So she's trying to be look pleased and okay with this, but she's really not. She feels herself constrained.
I think Screech notices that look, and she kind of like shrugs and says, "Well, I mean, you don't have to. It's just, you know, any other magic folk who'd talk to you? And yes, I am magic folk. Yes. Why else would you be here?"
Well, look, how to say, because I'm feeling a bit coerced, that kind of robs a bit of the fun of it. You get it, right? It's hard to pretend to be enthusiastic about something when you kind of put me against the corner.
But you don't need to have, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what to do. Just tell me. Just okay. Not help. I just want some help. Okay.
Sure, I mean, look, it really. I'll be honest. I don't feel okay that you are here alone. You know, if it's something that you want to do, fine. I respect your space, but look, we have a nice group. You can hang out with us sometimes or not, but you don't have to be here alone. You know, and maybe then we know each other better, and then it's not become so weird.
That sounds like a comforter support.
Yeah, so mundane.
You're being so mundane.
Wait,
Wait, was it?
8.
Cool. All right. So I think bit of tension kind of releases from her, and she says, like, "Is that cool? That your friend's gonna be okay with that?"
I mean, look at you. Why will they not be okay? I mean, they also don't know many magic people. I'm sure they will be love to hear about your interests and what you learned about magic.
I think. I think. Gosh, how she react to this? I mean, she kind of like. There's a long, uncomfortable silence, I guess, and she kind of like just sits down a bit, and then I don't know. You're probably not looking at her, but like the words kind of waft into your vision and says, "Thanks."
Well, I'm not doing nothing really. How about that? You hang with Tez, and if you still feel like I owe you something, just ask me any favor. And who knows, if this goes well, it will not be weird if we go together to the masquerade. How about we keep that open?
I think she kind of like gives you like this confused look, but there's a smile threatening to break out of that look. And I think we can cut the scene there. Yeah, let's jump to Mary then. So, who do you want to talk to? To the ever stolid Serenade, or to Stalwart, or to who does Mary want to talk to?
I'll go for Serenade. That way I'm not just making you play NPCs all the time, even though your NPCs are delightful.
Cool. So where do you find Serenade? Or where do the two of you talk?
I think Serenade's in their room, sitting there and trying to understand what their book is saying. It's a history book or a book of poetry or something like that. And they have to write an essay. And they look very tired, but there is coffee.
So there's probably like a kind of timid knock on the door, like
Come in.
not totally sure if she's knocking or not. And Mary comes in with old yearbook being held like a tray on which she has balanced a couple of like takeout Starbucks coffees. Like, hi, Serenade, I wanted to ask something and I brought you a coffee just in case because I mean I know we both like coffee. And also I might have a problem.
Well, Serenade stands up and says, well, if you have a problem, I will, of course, help you. Come in, make yourself comfortable. I'm afraid there is still some glitter on the bed, but I don't think you would mind that.
Yeah, I think I got most of it off me, but I'm still finding it like in my socks and I don't know how, so I'm anyway, not about glitter. And Mary just kind of flomps down on the corner of the bed and immediately goes cross-legged again because no one can sit like a normal person in this series. And like, oh, you already have coffee, but I brought you another one because coffee is good and important.
Yes, coffee is good and important, and I can use all the coffee I can find.
Yeah, and passes one over, takes a sip of her own while flipping over this yearbook, which she has dog-eared in several spots. Like, so, it's kind of come to my attention that my silhouette did some of the same stuff that I did, like and displays a picture of the student council. Like, so apparently, they were student council president and get this, and flips over to prom pictures, and also prom queen with Jay's uncle, which is super awkward because he seemed like kind of a jerk, but I guess maybe in the past he wasn't. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I'm freaking out a little.
Can I stop you there? Because I really want to help you. I have heard the word prom queen. I am unsure what that means.
It's like a big dance thing, and they elect prom queen and king who are like the best at the dance? I don't get it either. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a thing you do, okay?
All right. It is like an election,
Yeah, kind
but
of.
you are
But instead
chosen
of
for your capacity at dancing.
performance, I guess. I
Okay.
never put much thought into why you would elect a prom person besides
Okay.
like, I don't know.
Well, and you are wondering now that if you become this prom person, that you would turn out, that it would be more likely that you turn into a villain.
I mean, Jay and also some of the teachers were kind of pointing out that maybe like being student council president is the first step on my descent to becoming that. And yeah.
I have no idea, but I think maybe your intentions matter. And not only that, but maybe what matters, and I've recently learned this, and I should maybe thank Princess Hollyhock for that, but what really matters is, I think, consent. That you don't do stuff to people that they are unaware of and would not like if you did that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably it does not. It is very badly expressed. I will try again. You should not deceive people as to your motives. You say you want rollerblades and glitter for all because you think that is a good thing, right? I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah, it's not much of a platform, but I mean, it's fun.
So are you doing this because it is fun? Just for that?
Well, and because I care about the school, and I don't think Diamond Dust does. Like, it feels
You
like
think
she
Diamond-
thinks that she should just have it, and it doesn't mean anything, and it should mean something, and I would make it mean something.
What would you make it mean?
I'm not sure yet, but I want to like listen to people and use my power for good. I don't know if we actually get any power.
Well, you
Maybe
told me
like
that.
picking dance themes. I would let people weigh in on what the dance themes are, you know?
So you would gain a modicum of power with that appointment, and you would use it by listening for the people and listen to them to suggest things.
Yes.
That does not sound very villainous to me.
Yeah, but like somehow one of me got from here to like trying to eat Parliament.
I have heard
I mean,
very
not
bad things
eat,
about
but, like,
Parliament.
envelop, and it's weird, and
But I have heard that they were very confused and chaotic, this Parliament. I have no idea if that is really a bad thing, probably. But look, what we could do is find out where the silhouette became a bad person, where they started to disregard people's wishes and started to just follow their own wishes.
yeah, I mean, I know that Kasey's mom beat them up at one point, and that probably didn't help. But then also, I don't think Parliament wanted to be attacked. And
Yes.
I guess I mean, do you think I could turn into that?
Well, yes, you have the power. You could, if you wanted to, if you became a person that did not care about other people's wishes. Everybody could turn out to be a villain. that is the other side of what this wave person, I forgot his name, this wave person said, that everybody who had done bad things could go and do good things, that they might change, and that good people can become bad people, I guess. I think.
In that case, I take a potential and the GM shifts my labels because I used a team move.
Ooh.
Oh,
you sneaked it by us.
oh man, they did say you could. They did in a roundabout way say you could turn to your future self. Oops. Okay, I think. Oh, I mean, my immediate thought is to go after your superior because that's what I'm going to test you at. Let's see.
I've made a grave tactical error. Oh no.
I think I'm. You know what? I'm gonna shift your mundane up and your superior down. I think I'm gonna do that. Not exactly sure how, but I think that's what makes sense. Kind of with what Serenade is saying. I don't know. How are you feeling, Mary?
I mean, that works for me. That everyone has the potential to be something. I'm just a regular person. Anyone can attack Parliament if they want it hard enough. I don't think that's what Serenade was trying to say, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
A bit. I mean, Serenade was thinking, could I do that? And was like, yeah, sure, I could.
Gosh. All right. I think that's probably it for that scene. Probably end say, oh, is there anything else you need to say to each other?
Mary very deliberately closes the yearbook like, okay, but that's enough right about that. And what are you working on? And we'll attempt to help you understand poetry, even though Mary doesn't understand poetry either. If Serenade is amenable.
The Serenade is very amenable. The Serenade has no idea what to write about this poem, really.
What poet would you be studying? I don't know what Americans study for poetry. Seamus Heaney? No, that's what I study for poetry. Sorry. All right, let's move on to Princess Hollyhock. What are you up to?
I'd like to have a scene with Mary as well, if I could, please.
Ooh, Mary's popular.
And I think Mary, after spending the evening studying with Serenade, heads home. Basically goes through the campus. And as she's heading home, she hears a loud sobbing from under the bleachers.
Oh no. Mary, what do you do?
And he just kind of detours a bit closer, trying to get is this someone needs help, or that someone went here so people would stop asking them why they're crying, sort of sobbing. And just kind of crouches by the bleachers like, hello?
As you put your head around the corner, there's this small grayscale. Literally, all the colors gone from her flesh. Her hair, which is normally vibrant and standing up on end, looks frail and dry, and she turns around. You can see her. She doesn't wear any makeup, but her makeup's run nonetheless. Go away, leave me alone.
And Mary immediately swings off her backpack and is rooting through for the packet of tissues she has in there, because you never know when you're gonna get a cold in class. And it's like, I mean, but are you okay? I mean,
No, I'm not.
Wait, this isn't a very good place for Archie, and it's gross down here. Can I come in?
Please. And I'll pull up an imaginary seat for her. And my Hollyhock can fly, so she's sitting in a chair, but there's no chair there, so she'll pull up an imaginary seat for you. Please.
And Mary, much like an adult invited to a kid's tea party, like attempts to sit in the pretend chair politely, but is also just sitting on the ground cross-legged because she can't fly, sort of thing.
I'm a bad
And-
person.
And in proximity to Princess Hollyhock, her colors start muting a little too, like someone just turned down the saturation on her.
I'm sorry. Apparently, the person who lives next door to me has decided that 9:20 at night is the perfect time to be sawing wood in their bedroom.
That's amazing.
I'm getting power tools at 12:30 at night these days. I have no idea what's going on there. I'm hoping they convert in the van, and when the army shows up, the A-team are going to burst out, but you never know.
My
Anyway,
neighbors
sorry.
just play banjo. Here's at least are doing something productive.
And back in scene.
Yes.
No. I'm a terrible person.
I mean, probably not. Don't offer over some tissues. Why do you say that?
Everyone says it. Absolutely everyone says it. I've done bad things. I've hurt people.
Okay, but not absolutely everyone says that, because I haven't, because I'm not sure why you're a bad person. So that's less than one. So I don't know why I'm arguing the details of this. Anyway,
She'll turn and look at you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I stopped your game.
oh, the cleanup thing?
No, you're playing election.
Oh. I'm not really playing election. It didn't stop. We're still having the debate later on. I mean, everything can't be election all the time.
Yes, but it's not fair. I've made everyone miserable.
And I think
I don't-
everyone is miserable.
I
don't
don't
feel
know.
very miserable.
And you see a little sparkle come to her skin when you say that. This is all a game. Everything is a game. But it's not here. This back home we can fight dragons, we can scale the highest mountains and defeat the evil wizard there. We can go to the moon and battle Martians over cheese. And at the end of it all, we just play another game. It doesn't work like that here.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds awesome, but we didn't really get to do that here.
Here, things don't go back to like they were before. We don't get to dream the next night. I don't know how to be a good person. I just know how to be me. And that apparently doesn't make me a good person. I just want to have fun. I just want people to have fun. I just want life to be worth living. What's life without dreams? What's life without enjoyment?
And Mary
How-
just has that same look she often has when looking to Serenade, like, I have to be the adult here, and I don't know how to do that role.
How do you know you're doing the right thing? How do you stay a good person?
I mean, a lot of the time, you don't really. You just try.
I don't know what to do. Well, I know what to do, but I can't do what I want to do. The rules don't work the same here.
What do you want to do?
I want to have fun. I want to go on grand adventures. I want to get my friends together. I want to go off and fight evil, and I want to save the world, and I want to come back and tell everyone the stories about it afterwards. But I'm here. I'm here. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. And she stands up to walk away, but stops, comes back, puts the chair up against the wall, against the bleachers, and then goes to move off. I'm sorry. And she'll wander away.
Oh no.
And I would actually like to roll my other move now, which is not so different after all.
Cool.
When you talk about your homeland, roll plus freak. Given that I've had 2 terrible rolls now, I'm expecting a third.
You never know. I hope not.
Okay, that's an 11. Thank God for that.
All right, there we go. There we go. 11's good. So you get to pick 2 out of that list.
I will add +1 to team.
Thank you. Right, I'll add that.
And I'll clear a condition.
That makes sense. Which one are you clearing?
I don't think I'm afraid anymore, but I'm still guilty.
Oh. Yeah, I think definitely both of what you picked came up in that conversation. But you're walking away. I'm gonna leave it to Mary. Mary, are you gonna do anything else? Are you gonna let her walk away, or what are you gonna do?
Mary's gonna get up as well, and then kind of double back and pretend she's folding up a chair and putting it away, because that seems important to Hollyhock, even if she doesn't get it. And then kind of hurry after, like, trying to make sure that Hollyhock's okay. I mean, okay, but wait, I mean, do you want a hug or something? And not being very helpful, but also not going away.
That's a comfort or support, I think.
And the answer is going to be please.
Aw. Then yes, I would totally roll to comfort or support.
Oh, I just raised up your mundane as well. I didn't plan for that.
Ha! I have nothing if not mundane. Let's see me roll a 3.
You're not gonna roll a 3. The worst you can roll is a 4. You get 2 1s.
True. I got a 10. Ha!
Hell yeah. So on a 10 plus, they hear you. On a hit, they hear you. So you, Hollyhock, can mark a potential clear condition or shift your labels if they open up to you, which I don't think there's a question of you opening whether you open up or not.
No, I opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a condition, so I will add a team to the pool.
Yeah, that might be handy later. Yeah, so Princess Hollyhock said, please, what do you do, Mary?
I give her a hug. You don't not hug someone who asked for a hug. And like a reassuring pat.
And no, this isn't a reassuring pat. This is a... And she bursts into tears against your shoulder. Thank you.
Hmm.
Can you help me?
Help you what?
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing with your life. I need help. I don't know this place. I need someone to. I need someone I can. I don't know. I don't know.
I think we get a frame of Mary looking over Hollyhock's shoulder with just an "oh shit, I have no clue anything"
And
expression.
that's when the wagging tail hits you in the face.
What?
No, she's got a big bushy tail. So
Oh right, I forgot about her fluffy tail. Kind of spit. Yeah, of course, sure. I'll try.
great. So vice president then?
And I think Mary's just realized that she doesn't know who they are. We don't run like with joint things like that. You run vice president separately, I guess. But I mean, I guess there's still time to join the debate. We will sort out the details later.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, let's go get ready. And the color comes back to her, and she is sparkling as if covered in glitter, and shedding glitter wherever she steps.
And Mary has her standard bewildered expression back.
Nice. I think we can end the scene there. All right, Funny Serenade, you're on a quest. You're on your own adventure, right?
I am not on a quest or anything. I just want to know who keeps throwing daggers at me.
Yeah. I guess it's not really the height of adventure. So how are you doing this?
I guess I'm just wandering around, waiting. I will wear gloves so I can catch the dagger. I mean, I could have before, but it might have been poisonous, and I didn't want to get poisoned. So
True.
Mm.
Okay. So I think. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna act as if you're gonna directly engage in a threat. Where are you walking when this dagger is thrown in your face?
I think I am walking somewhere where it's pretty dark and where there are good places where you can hide. I don't know if the school has catacombs, but maybe some sort of I don't know.
Yeah, I think there can be like some sort of like underground system between kind of
Yeah.
the buildings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There. I'm walking there. I am walking and I am reading my book because I want to seem distracted. No, I don't. No, I don't do that. That's not Serenade. They don't do that. They're just exaggerating how tired they are.
Cool. Yeah, I think you look fairly vulnerable enough. So when the dagger, and you're ready for the dagger this time. So when it comes, yeah, I think that we're gonna treat this as a directly engage a threat
Cool.
roll.
I'll try
Which-
to.
Which
Yeah.
you're stupendously good at.
We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm stupendously good at. I've got a 15.
Okay. All right.
Rolled a 12.
Yeah. Okay. All right. On a 10 plus, you pick 2.
Well, I will pick their ability to hide from me. To take that from them, because these daggers, they always were on strings, if I correctly remember.
Yes.
That.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I will just follow the string. I'm not I'm not a speedster or anything, but I can move quickly.
Ooh. Well, yeah, I think you're holding onto the string so tightly when you kind of like string. God damn it, string. God damn it, Ludo. So yeah, I think you're holding on to the string with such strength that you're actually like while you're running towards where it's coming from, you're actually dragging them towards you. You can pick another one as well.
I think at that point I think I want to surprise them.
How do you surprise them?
I think they didn't expect me to catch the dagger because I haven't before even tried to. I've always tried to evade the daggers. And the fact that I have, and the fact that I went back to see them, that might surprise them.
Yeah, so I think you kind of like you run up the hallway and you'll see the strings like coming from there's like the shadowy corner when the hallway kind of turns. You can see like the corner the strings coming from. And I think what this looks like is kind of like you're pulling so hard against the string, they kind of like this figure gets dragged out of the shadows, and I don't know, Serenade, you need them in the face or something like that.
No, I just drop them like a judo drop so that they are on the floor and I'm not, but I don't want to hurt them, actually.
All right, that's fair.
Just want to see who they are.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, here's something to address that. They've got like quite a bulky outfit on. They've got like this big cloak and like a hood and like a ninja scarf on, and they've got like it's very reminiscent of what one of your murder siblings' outfits. You remember the Aria of Blades? It's very reminiscent of what she's wearing, but you can tell, and what she's wearing, for benefit of those who weren't there, is that basically the the Kingdom Hearts idea of a ninja. So buckles and armor, and it's like this does not look stealthy at all. But I think when you take the judo throw onto this figure, you can tell it's not. Well, for one thing, it's not your sibling, the Aria of Blades, because she conducts herself with, well, not grace, but with better grace than this guy. And I think you knock him back, but you can't see his face because he still has the hood on, so there's darkness in it. But he says kind of like, impressive at you.
Can you please tell me why you keep throwing daggers at me? I find it tiring.
If you find it tiring, then we must step up our attempts then.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to kill me?
No, we are trying to keep you sharp.
I look at them. You're trying to do what now? You're trying to keep me sharp.
Sharp and lean for things to come.
Why would I stop being sharp and lean?
Because you're in a school. You're in high school.
I have recently fought a dragon.
Yes, that was incredible. That was impressive of you, but that dragon, you saw it coming. Us, you don't see us coming.
But I saw you right now. Who are you?
Oh God.
And why do you have any interest in me? Do you think I will work for you? Do you have a target for me that I should fight?
No. The shadows of justice. We don't seek to control you. Oh, Serenade of Thorns. Could you let me up?
Yes, of course. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't hurt you.
I think they kind of stand up and they kind of like very sheepishly brush the dirt off, and then they take one knee in front of you and kind of like do like something salute.
Are you hurt then? Should I call the school nurse?
No. This is an act of This is an act of genuflection. We bow to your superiority. The shadows of justice are yours, O Serenade of Thorns.
What for?
To do as thou wills it. When they say that, they kind of like, is that right? Yes, that's right.
Is that poetry?
It is scripture, O Serenade.
Okay. Scripture. I'm unfamiliar with your scripture. Can you please stop throwing daggers at me and writing cryptic notes on them?
I think they kind of like they you see they as they're genuflecting, they're fiddling on the hand. You can see there's already a dagger in there, and then when you say that, they kind of grip the dagger. So like, wait, no, shouldn't throw this, and then it says, if thou wills it, we heard the rumors that the Serenade of Thorns had come to Prospect Academy. And first we had to test that it was indeed the Serenade of Thorns.
I am the current Serenade of Thorns. There have been others before me.
Yes, but you are the current one. And we thought nowhere in our lifetimes would we have the opportunity to perhaps learn from and see the prowess of the Serenade.
I do not understand you, but I am pretty certain that I feel uncomfortable with this.
Of course, I am a mere acolyte. I could not explain thoroughly what we stand for.
I do not like cults. I've had enough of cults for my entire life. Please leave me alone.
I think they kind of stand up when you say cult and says, we are a Prospect Academy sanctioned club. We are no mere gathering of fools. We have a long and proud tradition in this school. Oh, Serenade of Thorns.
Well,
Not just
the Dreaming Heaven Choir also has a long and proud tradition.
I think they kind of rankle at that and say, if it will please you, our club leader would soon seek to change your mind. If you, I would extend an invitation, and he kind of like bows and kind of in his head, and he's offering you the dagger, and there's something written on it's a date and time is written on the dagger.
I give him the dagger back. Well, if they want to talk to me, they can just knock at my door.
Oh, well, some in our club thought it would be disrespectful. We thought the Serenade would want to be tested.
No, the Serenade wants to have coffee. No, look, I'm giving you my telephone number so you can call me.
Yeah, they look at the telephone numbers of like, what? And say like,
or send me a text. Please don't send any daggers anymore. I do not like people throwing daggers at me because I occasionally am. There are other people around me.
I think I don't know how a hooded figure can look quizzical, but they do look quizzical. I mean, the comic book part.
Can you unveil your face? This is very strange to me.
Okay. So they take off their hood, and it's let's see. Well, let me look at my list of NPCs. Who is it? It's a dude for sure. I think he's got short brown hair. He's as white as milk. For sure. I think. Let's see. And he looks very nervous. Well, you can roll to pierce the mask, not just pierce the veil.
Yes, I think I want to pierce the mask because I don't believe a word of what he's saying. This is so strange and weird. I really want to know what this person wants me to do here. I roll this with mundane, right? Oh, great. Yeah. Jeez. Look, I rolled a 7.
Okay,
what?
Cool.
I made
you chose to lock that stat.
Yes. That's fine. I have hard time reading human peoples, so that's fine. Yes, I think what do you want me to do is, that's what I want to know. What do you want me to do?
His name is Heron. He's Heron of the Shadows of Justice. He would very much like for you to meet his cool club leader and like just hear them out.
Yes. Okay. Cool. And what is he afraid of?
He's afraid that. Well, he's afraid that he's just. Well, okay. He's not afraid of not being a good ninja. I mean, he figured you were gonna beat him up. You're the Serenade of Thorns. He's afraid that he's ruined this opportunity for the club by talking to you, or the way he's talking. He's afraid that he's not been a very good diplomat right now.
I look at him and I say, well, give me a call and let me give you a piece of advice. You are afraid of the wrong things. And then I turn around and go.
You don't see this, but he kind of like looks bewildered, and then he takes out a dagger and starts writing what you said on it. And he shoots the dagger back. Okay, all right. So that seems like God. Well, okay, all right. I think we'll take another 5, and then we'll just go roll into the debate. All right, be back in 5.
Hey, Gervin, I hope I wasn't too mean to poor Princess Hollyhock.
Not at all. Hollyhock is supposed to be here as someone that needs to learn and adapt, and that was spot on. I brought her in with the idea of hopefully I'm going to get into some of the later games, so I'm not looking to wrap everything up straight away. But I love the idea of her actually turning into the person that's going to turn into a supervillain as the person who gives him moral guidance.
Well, maybe she isn't. Maybe she won't.
Yeah, I was going to say, definitely Silhouette probably did not have someone like Hollyhock.
The thing is, Mr. Muxlick from Superman.
Yeah.
I can pretty much see that as Hollyhock as that, unless she actually changes, unless she actually learns and adapts to the world. So be interesting to see where she goes, whether she actually ends up as a villain herself without realizing it. And because all she's trying to do is help people have fun and go on big adventures.
Oh yeah, it's interesting that she could totally be the villain who's like, I know you all play my games because whimsy and stuff. But she could also just be the one who's like, I will save the day with glitter and dragons.
She could end up being the dungeon master. In that she's the one that facilitates other people's adventures by playing the opposition.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, of all the X-Men villains to bring up, yeah, it would totally be Arcade. Ooh. All right, cool. How are folks doing? Folks okay? Fab. All right. Okay. Debate time. So, so word of warning. I'm trying to wrap this up as soon as possible. We might go over a bit. I'll just say that right now. I'll try to keep it like 10 minutes over, but all right. Just a word of warning. If you need to go at the time, like at half, feel free to do so. We'll wrap it up as soon as I can. The debate's gonna be simple anyway. It's gonna be a bunch of scene painting and dice rolls. Anyway, okay, cool. Let's open up. So we're back at we described last week as like the auditorium-esque, college-esque sort of lecture hall, where it's like an amphitheater, bunch of seats looking up, looking down on our. Let's see. The campaign has been bruising for some. It's quite been bruising. There was like 17 candidates at the start, and now there are like 5. And surprising and weirdly enough, 5 are the exact number of like council seats. But what people are going for is president, I think. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so I think the other. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm doing the maths. The other 3 candidates besides you, Mary, are there, but there's no sign of Diamond Dust. I want to know, like, I'm gonna say this. The last couple of scenes have been like, in the next couple of days, and in between those, have been helping Mary prepare. You got your Rocky montages, and when we do these roles, to be like flashbacks for how you're helping. All right, so I wanna get a shot of each character as like they're in this debate as when we see them. We're gonna go with Mary last. So yeah, what do we see of each character in this hall as the debate's about to start?
I actually got a move I could use here. It's words from the words of the past. I mean, I could ask the implants for guidance, for past memories.
Okay.
How to win votes or elections. I mean, maybe.
Okay. Oh, well, okay. Does Serenade think there's the implants can have memories that can, because I can roll with that if you think so. I can definitely like. I mean, we'll see where the.
I think
Okay.
that maybe. I mean, the implant has been around for a long time, and maybe they were involved in some sort of election back before. Maybe they were in the hands of the Dreaming Heaven Choir.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, what's the problem you face, and then what's the question?
I think the question is how to make people see that Mary is sincere.
Okay.
And the answer is give her a cute kitten.
Ooh, do I? No, I don't want that to be the answer. But part of my brain was like, ooh, maybe that's the answer. No. Okay. At the risk of tying everything in the not so contrived and neat that it's a bit ridiculous. Here's what. Actually, no. Let me. I'm gonna ask just so I can get away from this idea that just had. What did the previous Serenades when the Dreaming Heaven Choir had him? What did your previous like hosts do? They were just assassins, right?
No, they were not that. They were assassins when they were with the Dreaming Heaven Choir, but before they were more like protectors, I guess.
Okay. When did the Dreaming Heaven Choir get the
I'm not
Serenade?
sure. Maybe 300 years back, something like that.
Okay. All right, so 300 years back. Actually, let's make this mysterious because apparently I'm now J.J. Abrams.
Yes, please make it a mystery.
Yeah. Okay. So you get this memory. So I'm assuming you're in the stands, so to speak. And sorry, what was the question again? How can they see that Mary is sincere?
How can you make somebody see that Mary is sincere?
There's like a click in your head when you kind of realize, well, you've had the sensation before when you're in someone's memory or something's memory, right? You fought the suits. They threw memories at you like they were atom bombs. So you remember the sensation, and the memory is you're sitting in a lecture hall. In fact, what looks like this exact lecture hall, and but the debate's happening. And you see on the stand, the person talking right now is someone who looks a lot exactly like Mary. And you can see that this Mary is talking. I mean, you don't want to make comparisons with the Mary you know, but this Mary is talking with like they know what they want. Like without doubts. There's a conviction in her voice, that she really wants this, that she's the best candidate for this. In fact, that's what she's saying as you kind of see this memory. And you notice you're in your memory because all the people around you are completely different. You see there's like a young cold wave over there to your right. And you see like there are like one or two teachers you remember. You see a young Enid to your left, her and a young Mr. Wyatt just kind of sitting next to each other. And you can see this Mary looks like they're gonna win because it's ludicrous for anyone to think that she could lose. There's a will to her. And yes, they all have mullets. It's the 80s. It's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah. And I think the answer is like, and what you need to do is that you need to just like convince Mary that she's got it, like that she can do it because you've seen her do it. It's probably not the best answer. Sorry, but So what do we see of Serenade once the memory kind of fades and you're back in the present?
I think they will not tell Mary this whole, hey, you're the best, you're the big boss, you've got the britches, you have to go out and be like nobody will ever beat you, because that feels like the path to Silhouette.
So mark
So-
potential then, if you're going to go your own
Yeah.
way.
I will go my own way. I will just go and tell Mary that this is that I know that this is important for you, but in the end, it is not. On a cosmic scale, it is not a big deal. If you don't get this, then you don't. So maybe be just relaxed. I will still be your friend, if you would like that. I mean, probably I am a terrible friend.
They can go get winner frappuccinos or loser frappuccinos, and either way, there will be fluffy coffee.
Yeah. Yes, that is perfect.
Aw. All right, so that's what Serenade was doing. Yeah. So when we cut to like the other characters, before we cut to Mary, like, what are they? Where are they positioned? What are they doing?
So we see Kasey, and we see her standing in the front of the moderator's table, and she's trying to make sure that they're gonna have a clean debate. That they're gonna have. So she's basically pressured them into no dirty games, no tomfoolery, no dragoning around. Just gonna keep a clean debate, keep everyone on time, hold everyone accountable for their answers. No bullshit questions, no avoidance. Don't let anyone talk over each other. So holding them to a near impossible standard of moderation.
Yeah. You're probably not the moderator. I think the actual
Super biased.
yeah, the actual moderator, who I'm gonna say is one of the elementals, the daughter of Norse god and fire, Sindri. Actually, no. Actually, no. We'll make it one of the Dead Kid Society folk. And I think she's like, she looks like a classical Japanese horror ghost, but she looks at you just like a. I've been doing this for a near century, and I think I've got a pretty good track record. I don't let me do my job. Okay.
So I'm trying to use know you move on them.
Okay. When you demand an NPC live up to a higher moral code, sure, you don't want to save that for like someone who has not this random NPC I just made up.
No.
Okay.
7.
Okay, cool. They have to meet your standard or market condition. All right, fair enough. I think they're gonna like. All right, if it makes you feel better, Kasey, stand over here and you can keep. Wait, aren't you part of someone's campaign?
Yes, I am. That's why I'm not moderating. Otherwise, you can be sure that I'll be here.
Fair enough.
But if my girl is doing something wrong, which she'll never do, I want you to be there to moderate her. But I also expect the same against every single candidate. Nothing less can be expected from Prospect Academy.
I think she kind of like. No, she looks blankly at you as if like she's remembering, like, oh yeah, what my track record of student council presidents, and then like, okay, just stand over there and you can keep watch. Let's get this show on the road. Princess Hollyhock, where are you? What are you doing?
I'd actually like to be talking to. Can I talk to Mary before she goes out? And
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you've got this. You've got this, haven't you?
Yeah, I've definitely got this. She says, looking like she does not got this.
You have got this, haven't you?
Yeah. Yes, I have this. I can do it.
What are your positions again? What is it you want?
I want student council to answer to the students, and for this position to mean something besides another line on Diamond Dust's things that she got.
Oh, no. Are you running
That was the wrong
the...
answer.
Are you doing this because you want to help these people? Or are you
Yes.
doing this because you don't want Diamond Dust to get this?
Also that. I mean, the first one. The first one's the right one.
Can I pierce the mask?
Yes.
Do you have influence over? I should have mentioned. I should be keeping track of this. Like, if you have influence over someone, you get a +1.
I don't. The only person I have influence over is Diamond Dust.
Well, that went well.
What do you roll for pierce the mask?
Mundane.
Oh dear. That's a -1. Let's see what I get. And that would be a 6.
Okay. Take a potential. Here's what happens. You hear behind you a very familiar voice, and if you turn around, you'll see it's Diamond Dust, looking perfectly normal. She's just standing there. She's got she's not wearing her faux fur coat anymore. She's got what looks, I guess, what counts for respectable business clothes in this school. And she looks at the two of you and just says, well,
I knew it. You could change your shape.
oh, you're still here. And I think she kind of like walks in between the two of you and into the lecture hall.
Oh, I step back to get out of the way of her tail that's not there. I told you she could change her shape. I look at what she's wearing and look at what Mary's wearing. What are you wearing, Mary?
Oh no, what am I wearing? I'm from the 80s. Probably like an attempt at pantsuit sort of thing. Like I went to the nearest Valley Village and found one that still had shoulder pads in it, because you gotta have the shoulder padding. That's how people know you're serious. And so I look like a high-powered 80s business lady who is also a teenager and still has like braids.
Oh, I look between one. I look to the other. I look between one. Do you trust me?
Yes.
I can do something to help you. It won't affect them out there. It will just affect how you look. Can I do this?
Like the fairy godmother thing.
Yes, just like the fairy godmother thing.
Okay, yes.
I look around and there's a banner that's hanging on it's one of the school banners that's hanging on the wall. Go prospect. Go prospects. Prospect high prospects. I'll take it down. I'll come over. I'll put it over your shoulders. I take off. I'm wearing fingerless string gloves. I'll take them off. I'll put them on your put them on your hands. I'll spin you around a few times. And I'm going to try and make her look absolutely stunning and fabulous and effectively glamorize her.
Ooh, what move is this? This is like Unleash Your Powers, is it?
This is actually me using my alien tech again.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
And because I've got permission, I get +1 on this, +1 forward on this.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Which would make that a 14.
Wow. Okay. I think mechanically what this is going to do is it's going to, for the duration of this debate, you're going to get a +1 to superior. For sure. But like, so yeah, what does this look like?
So you know the whole thing of, you've been going with the whole glitter thing, haven't you? So
I'm very fond of glitter.
So your clothing, the clothing I put on you shifts, and it shifts into a. I was going to say, this cut of the suit you've got is very 80s, and it actually shifts and forms into a modern dress, but it is exceptional. It's like it's made of crystal that glimmers and actually looks like it catches the light just like the glitter. Your hair morphs and changes and goes up into a braid that comes down over your shoulder and in this perfect look. And your makeup, which was very 1980s, I'm guessing, actually changes, and it looks like you're not wearing makeup, but you're just perfect. And the way I actually initiate it, I spin you around, I pick up a handful of the glitter that you've been using, and I'm sprinkling it over you. And as the glitter falls, that's how the change actually comes in. And I stop, I step back. Wow. And
Princess President.
I will hand you I reach into my bag, take out a little compact with a mirror in it, and I'll show it to you.
Gasps like, oh, this is amazing. You're the best at this.
Go and knock them dead. Oh, except don't.
Right. No casualties.
All right. I think, yeah, we're going to go into the debate. So I think definitely when Diamond Dust walked in, it was a shock because there was a murmur, because people thought, didn't she turn to a dragon? But then she just strides in, looks imperious, like, not like she's going to get handed this, but like, she's going to go and win this. I think it kind of like, it's a bit weird to see that Serenade because you kind of see that kind of same glint when you saw the other Mary. But when Mary walks in, I think the crowd's kind of like taken aback, and I think I'm gonna change my mind on what it does mechanically. Instead of like just Mary getting the +1 superior, I think the sight gives everyone a +1 in superior. You rolled a 14. This does something impossible. So there we go. Okay. All right. And I think what's striking as well, especially to you, Serenade, because you saw old Mary. It's like your Mary, not carrying herself like the Mary you saw, but it doesn't look like she can lose. Well, we'll see. All right. So this is how we're gonna work. All of you are gonna roll with superior. Each pair rolls plus the name label. The team may choose to spend team on each roll as per the normal rules, help each other, referencing flashbacks to study sessions or other activities perfectly appropriate and occurred. So what I'm going to ask is I'm going to go from right to left in the character keeper. I'm going to ask each of you to roll superior. Here's the extra wrinkle I've added. So there's like 5 candidates, right? The thing is, it's kind of obvious. It's between Mary and Diamond Dust. Like Nosferatu, the other two, I should give them names. One of them is Cindy, the Norse god, the daughter of Norse stuff, and one of them is well, I'll give them a name later. Probably Princess Flower. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. So it's basically between Mary and Diamond Dust. Diamond Dust is basically going to be treated like a blades in the dark obstacle. She's going to have a clock. Okay. She's going to have an 8-step clock. But all you need to get is 6 really to beat her. To get the 8 is basically like beating her thoroughly. But you only need to get 6. So if you roll the miss, you get no ticks. If you roll a 7 to 9, you get 1 tick. And if you roll the 10 plus, you get 2. And all of that's going to add to this Diamond Dust clock that I have. That makes sense. Cool. All right. So I'm going to go from right to left in the character keeper. I know you just did your thing, Princess Hollyhock. But in the lead up to this debate, what did you do to help Mary?
I think I've been helping her with public speaking and actually talking to people and actually talking to the crowds, and specifically with storytelling. One of the key things about actually about debating is you have to tell a story, and it has to be a consistent story, and it has to be something that grabs the other people's imagination and attention. And right. And I think we've had while we've been doing posters and the like, we've been having storytelling sessions between each other where we basically just do improv, where she would do a bit and I would do a bit and she would do a bit and I would do a bit, and then she would actually make it less fantastical as she does her bit, and then I'll go off at the deep end again and she'd bring it back again. And
that's fab. All right. Well, you're superior. You got a +1 forward from Mary's dress. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, that would be a 12.
Nice. All right. So Mary, sorry, I'm going to keep going back to you, Mary. How does this manifest in your performance?
Mary speaks with a confidence she doesn't normally have. Like, she knows exactly what she wants and how she's going to go about getting it. And like I was saying in the chat, normally she ends her sentences with question marks and kind of doubles back on herself, and there is none of that on display. She talks like Princess President. Nice.
Yes, I think definitely Diamond Dust is a bit thrown off by that, but she recovers. But all right, you've got 2 ticks. Like I said, you only really need 6 to beat her, 8 to beat her thoroughly, but you're getting there. All right, up next, Kasey, what did you do to help Mary on the lead of this debate?
Yeah, so we get back to a flashback to when Kasey was going back through the old yearbooks and all the old records of the Prospect Academy, and because Kasey wanted to frame these as a celebrating of what we are, not what people say that they are, about some weird classification that someone invented. No, let's have Mary, a candidate that believes, that loves Prospect Academy, that loves what they accomplish, what they are, instead of comparing it with some nonsense platonic form of what a young superhero is supposed to be. And we see them practicing slogans, because you're gonna get bogged down in arguments, but you should begin and end with a powerful slogan that ends up your message, because that's what people will remember. And as that is happening, the video that Kasey has been working on with all these moments of celebration and history and accomplishments of the people of Prospect Academy is going to be sent through the school email at the time of the debate. So while people are hearing today, they are checking on their phones.
All right.
Probably not illegal. So.
Probably not, but it sounds like something Kasey would do. All right. Robust Superior, you got a +1.
5.
Ooh, Shit. All right. Anyone want to help? You only need 2 people to help. In case you just to at least get to a success. But you're gonna use up 2 team. 1 per each person.
Yeah, but I think it's important that she has a success, and we can do it because with a 5 we can use 2 team, and we are 2 people that can help Kasey with finding yearbooks actually, because this is a large library and it's not very organized because the librarian tends to be a bit eclectic about filing. So the Serenade will help you find the yearbooks that you're actually looking for because they're organized.
All right. That's how Serenade helps. What about Princess Hollyhock?
So I find out that you're looking for yearbooks, and I start to panic because the book of spells that I hid was in that section.
Of course.
So I'm going through, and I'm basically trying to find the book that I put in there. Tried to going through all these, and I'm literally taking them off and throwing them on the floor. And I think that you come across that mess and you realize exactly what it is that you found, and you can actually find the stuff that you need.
Nice. All right, cool. Oh, I just realized I can make a clock in a row for your party, so I just made that diamond dust clock there. So yeah, Mary, how does this manifest in your performance as this video is brought out? Did you even know this video is gonna go out?
Probably not, unless Kasey made a point of telling me.
I think she talked about the video, but she did not exactly mention the time of delivery. She expected it to be something that would be showed up maybe as part of the posters, but weird. Where is that video? Probably Kasey forgot about it.
Yeah, I think that's why it's only like 1 tick, because it's a bit unorthodox but I think Diamond Dust's response is that she's actually anticipated this, and she's got her Twitter team basically live tweeting the debate to like brush the video out of people's timelines, or just to get people occupied. So like the video has impact, but it's a bit minute. It's not as big as you'd hope. There is a little impact for sure. I think people kind of like, you see people watching the video as the debate goes on. Serenade of Thorns, we come to you.
Oh,
How did you help? How would you help Mary?
I don't know. I think what I might have done is I imagine that Mary is typical school girl slouching a bit. So what Serenade will do is help with posture and with movement, because you can't just stand there and imagine that people will look at you. People will look at you if you move, but you can't move too threatening. To be threatening. So, well, this is hard, but I have studied psychological books, and maybe this might help. At least you can stand up a little straighter. That will help your back anyways.
Sound practical advice from the Serenade of Thorns.
Yes. And
right.
also to project voice and stuff like that. It's mostly physical with the Serenade, because that's what they know.
Okay. Nova Superior.
Okay, I've got an 8.
Cool. All right, 8.
Oh.
Let's see. That'll get you 1 tick.
That's fine.
I mean, we could bump that up and get 2 ticks. Because the thing is, if we only take that 1 tick, then Mary needs to roll a 10 to win. Are you fine with taking just the 1 tick?
I'm fine with that, because I think I like the idea that it comes down to Mary.
Yeah. So Mary, how does Serenade's advice manifest in your performance?
Mary, normally when she's talking, is a little all over the place, and her posture is never great. But the Serenade of Thorns is good at looking, I guess, scary, but Mary is not good at looking scary. So between the 2 of them, it comes out to her just looking very confident and like she is here to give her speech, and she is not at all concerned about the fact that she's talking to a whole crowd of people in a very sparkly dress with no greater platform than I believe in glitter. She looks like she knows what she wants and how to get it and how to stand up straight.
Hell yeah! I think Diamond's response is to kind of like she looks like she's keeping her cool. She doesn't look harried at all. It's like, oh, I turned to a dragon last week. It's a couple of days ago. It's fine now. So brush it off my shoulder. She looks like collected, as if like she's kind of like molding herself to like to respond to you. All right, it comes down to you, Mary. What's like the how does she close this? How do you close your argument, I guess? What's your last pitch?
Oh no, now I'm gonna win or ruin it all.
You don't have to like actually spell it out if you don't want to. You can just describe it.
Mary's closing argument, which I would probably stutter all over, but she is doing well. She's been practicing public speaking and everything. Is that the student council shouldn't just be a figurehead or a popularity contest. It should do something useful with its power and listen to the students. And she wants to be your president, not just president to put it on her college applications. And she looks amazing while she's saying it.
Of course you do. All right. Roll superior. You got a +1 forward again from your amazing dress. Thanks, princess.
Oh no, my superior is only +1.
Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry.
Well, I could have used my advance to change it. I rolled a 2.
Whoa! Oh
but
dear.
I get +1 superior and +1 from my dress, so that's a 4.
I don't even have enough team. Oh no! Oh no! I mean, if you want to use that advance, okay. I can split. Okay. Maths wise, I can figure out a way for you to get this. You have to spend that advance though. You can get you up to a 7. Oh no, that still won't get you to win. Okay, all right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Potential, by the way.
Of all the times for me to fail.
Oh no. Okay. I think. Okay.
I'm watching this. I'm sitting there. I can see this going on, and there's that one moment where I think Diamond Dust says something, and it throws Mary off, and there's that moment you can tell the crowd's getting on, and the crowd's getting behind Diamond Dust. No. I promised. Oh, she's gonna lose. Oh, she wanted this so much. Oh. And I'll take out this little necklace, and it's a little dragon with a hole in it for a key. Oh, she's my friend. I've got to help her. And I reached in. I turned the key.
Can we sit next to her and maybe help her? Not.
And I open the gate to the Veil of Dreams, and allow its power to flow into Mary.
Could I have an answer to the question if we can interfere? We can, right? Okay.
Let me check. How do you interfere?
I just wanted to see if there was a way. That was more a question to Garwin, but if he says that is what happens,
I was using my moment of truth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. I wish I. Okay. Cool. Okay. Moment of truth. Okay, is everyone okay with this? Just want to do a quick check-in. Because then I'll leave this up to Gerwin.
Do we don't you have to have an advancement for
Yes,
the moment?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Do you?
Yeah. You need to unlock it first.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. In which case, please ignore me. I haven't played Masks in such a long time.
I'm sorry.
I thought you had
got
to.
it wrong.
No, I thought you had to unlock it the second time you used it. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you have to
Okay.
unlock it first and then again.
Okay. In which case, please ignore me. I didn't realize I couldn't use that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had unlocked. I thought you had got it.
No. I'm still two things off in advance. So no.
Oh, sorry. Oh, we nearly got a fairy tale ending. But
Actually, no. I do have influence over Diamond Dust, though.
Let's see. The thing is, I don't know if it's gonna help Mary's role, because what you can do with the influence is like you can inflict a condition on them, or what you call it. Well, give them -2 if they were making a roll, but they don't have to roll. I don't think there's anything you can do to help.
Okay, no worries. Okay, in which case then, I'm so sorry.
I could use my moment of truth, but actually I'm okay with this going the way because I have different ways to spin it. Never mind me plotting in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I saw what you circled there in your list of stuff for the innocent. Yeah, I think you make your stand, but I think Diamond does. Her response is like she's seen your response coming. I think you prepared to fight on principles, on principles, but she's prepared to fight you. So she knows you're going to fight in principles. So I'm not exactly sure what her argument is, because I honestly didn't expect her to win. But yes, I think very much she makes the case that from the start, Diamond Dust has been part of Prospect Academy. She knows this place. She knows how it works. This is just some idea. I think she tells it out at your face. You're a kid. You're a kid playing. It's something you don't really know. You're not even from this time. You vote. A vote for you would be a vote for just having fun, having nonsense. And I speak from experience, that there's a time when nonsense just goes too far. And I think, yeah, I think we're going to extrapolate from here, because obviously the debate isn't like the voting itself, but we montage it out, and the effect of the debate is, well, it's not a crushing loss for you, Mary. You come in second. You did well. But no, it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. And I think when the polls kind of come out, when the results come out, well, yeah, you beat that Nosferatu guy. That's good. You beat Nosferatu. But I think when kind of like the polls come out, and like, the future heroes of America call for like there's gonna be a party or somewhat. I think there's a moment where like Diamond Dust finds you, Mary, and she says, "That was well fought."
You too. Mary will try for good sportsmanship and offer a sporting handshake to her opponent.
Yeah, I think she gives a handshake, and she looks terribly sincere. But that's the thing with Diamond Dust. Can't really be sure if she's sincere or not. She's that good. Being a politician. And I think since we're a bit over time, I think we'll just get some final shots of each character. What's the last we see of Princess Hollyhock?
I think I think while everyone is, you did well. I'm overjoyed. You did so well. You won. Okay, you didn't win the election, but you won. And I tried to lift her up on my shoulder and realize I'm nowhere strong enough to do that, and try and get others to. I'm making it a big thing. With all the odds against her, the showing that she put on was so much more than people expected. She's a winner.
Cool. All right. If anyone else has any last shots, I think I do want to end with Mary. Again, I'm sorry. But what's the last we see for now of Kasey? She'll see her again.
So after this, Kasey tries to put a strong face to support Mary, but she's avoiding being alone with Mary, because she gets this feeling that she failed Mary, exactly the one thing that she feared. And worse yet, she failed because she was trying to do things through shortcuts instead of putting the actual hard work. And she believes that Mary fought the fight. And Kasey was the one that failed because Kasey, instead of dedicating and accepting who she is, she was trying to come with shortcuts, with another ways to indirectly avoiding the fight. And she blamed herself for this. And she'll see she's trying to avoid being alone with Mary because she knows that Mary will never accuse her of the reality, but she feels it and she's super guilty.
Well, I forgot. I meant to add an addendum to Princess Hollyhock's scene. I think there's kind of like a moment, probably out there in the quad. I think you're talking to Mary at this, and Diamond Dust's eyes are just on you, Princess Hollyhock, and she's got this kind of inscrutable expression. It's kind of like she's sizing you up.
I'll look at her for a second and lean in. Do you dream of dragons?
Not anymore.
The eyes go wide. She smiles and then... And a single tear rolls down her face as she backs off. And the light and the vibrancy that was in her fades somewhat.
Yeah, I think Diamond just looks away. For Kasey, you get a message as you're kind of like avoiding Mary. You get a message from Stalwart, and I think it's just a simple one. Usually they send like long rambling messages about their duty and whatnot, but I think it's a simple one. I need help.
What happened?
I think I don't have much time left.
Well, don't just say something like that and hang on.
And we're gonna cut from there. Serenade, what's the last we see of you?
I think what you see is Serenade doesn't feel particularly bad because this wasn't really that important. Nobody got injured, nobody got dead, so still a win. And they are having a frappuccino. I think at that point they know what Mary likes, and they will then come over and say, well, it's the loser frappuccino for today, but we will win other days.
Sadly, I don't think I have any cliffhangers for Serenade.
It's fine.
It's fine. We're most chill. Look, they went through a lot last series. All right, they deserve some peace. I don't have anything mysterious for them. But Mary, what's the last we see of you?
Mary sips at her loser frappuccino and everything. It's still looking sparkly and awesome, and she's putting on a brave face because they did really well. No one really should have expected the candidate who didn't actually enter the race on her own to win. But on the other hand, she gave it her best and hardest, and all of her friends tried their hardest, and she still failed, and now Kasey won't even look at her, and she must have disappointed everyone so much. And I think I can strike out the failing in a noble pursuit or cause and move her closer down the path to being a supervillain.
I think, yeah, we're gonna end that shot like you having frappuccinos with Serenade. But I think you're a voice behind you. And it just says, "You're a mess," and it's your voice. When you turn around to see where it came from, just nobody there. All right. End of session. There's still end of session to do. All right, let's do that very quickly, and then so we can plug her off. All right, let's go back. I like this from right to left. We've been ending on Mary a lot, but Princess Hollyhock, how are you feeling in the end of this session?
Yeah, I'm good. I enjoyed that. And it was a bit of an emotional ride. It started low, went lower, and then went right up at the end.
I do need you to pick one of three things.
Oh, sorry. The end of session moves. I do.
Yeah,
apologize.
as I should have said. Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me have a look. I think I grew closer to my team.
Who made you feel closer? Who made you feel welcome?
I think Mary. It certainly wasn't Serenade of Thorns or anyone else.
Oh. God no. Yeah, Mary, you want to shift your labels?
Now I gotta look at her labels. I think I'm gonna move Superior down because she's not about forethinking and careful planning, but Savior up because she is about using glitter and sparkles and slaying the dragon and saving the day and other heroism kind of things.
Cool. And yeah, so career condition or mark potential.
I will mark potential.
Hell yeah. Kasey, how are you feeling?
I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Because growing away from the team, honestly, is a pretty boring thing to pick.
Not really gone to fights with anyone. Well, besides.
It's more lampshaded possibility for that. And grow closer to the team, we kind of have that one conversation. So, actually, grow into your own image of yourself, because I have not picked that in a while. And I'm gonna decrease. I'm gonna decrease Savior because I did a really poor job at that, and I'm gonna increase Danger.
Nice. Fab. Serenade, what about you?
I think I grew closer to the team because, we did something together. Weirdly enough, I think I grew closest to Kasey because I wasn't too sure if it was too harsh what I said to Princess Hollyhock, and then Kasey was on the same boat. Like, yeah, I felt validated in my judgment. So yes, I will give influence to Kasey and go and shift my poor labels.
All right, Kasey, shift them labels.
Also, I will take the final potential, and then I can change my playbook.
Hell yeah!
Oh
yeah!
Any ideas?
Yeah, I want to go for the transformed. I have been wanting that for a while now, but I needed the 5 advances before.
Okay, I'm gonna lower your savior and increase your superior.
Okay.
Because I think fitting the situation is like that showing Hollyhock's place and the order of this world was the weird way to save her instead of the normal way.
Makes sense. Ish. Funny Mary. One thing. Well, for one thing, I want to know what did you take when what move did you take from the innocent? Because I love the wording. I just want you to say it.
Yeah, so I have to replace reject someone's influence with the following. When you spit in the face of guidance or influence, roll +2. On a hit, take away their influence over you or clear condition. Your choice. On a 7 to 9, you both take a powerful blow from the intensity of your words.
It's really good. It's really good. How you
And
doing?
I think Mary grew away from the team because her friends tried so hard and she let them down. And she can't really forgive herself for that. I am going to take influence away from Kasey because Kasey has clearly turned her back on me. I'm a failure, and I'm going to have to work harder.
Oh no! God damn it! I only get people going away from the team. It's in fucking Prospect Academy. That's where it ever happens. I've been running this game since December last year. The only time ever anyone's grown away from the team is in this damn school. Damn it.
So it fits the genre then, if nothing else.
Yeah, it really does. God damn high school. Anyway, that was amazing. Thanks very much. Y'all are fucking fantabulous in every way. I always try to get that on the record. But I'm gonna end this broadcast and do debrief and whatnot very quickly. So we're running way over. But yeah, no, thanks very much. Y'all are just fab. I'm gonna end this broadcast now. We'll be back next week with more masks in Prospect Academy. Gosh. All right. See you folks. There's gonna be a dance. Oh.